Hi, I'm going to be reacting to this garbage channel's videos. It's called Smosh Games, and Smosh Games makes this series called Honest Game Trailers. If you don't know what it is, well, you live in a well that's worth living in. Now, Honest Game Trailers has a guy reading a script. Somehow they found a guy who sounds a lot like Don LaFontaine, and because of this, they thought, hey, let's make video game trailers with this guy's wasted vocal talent. What they do is they pump out these low-effort carbon copy videos that regurgitate complaints or common nitpicks of a video game. As of writing this episode, their most recent one is an honest game trailer of The Last Guardian, and what a perfect game for the subject. The Last Guardian is a game that not a lot of people like, mostly because people don't think it lived up to the hype, but can you really name anything that's been in development for more than 10 years and that actually lived up to everyone's expectations? Probably not. If you've ever watched an honest game trailer before, like I have unfortunately, and you played through the game that they're doing a video on, you know exactly what's going to be said. I mean, I know in this video in particular, they're going to criticize Trico's unresponsive behavior at some point. Firstly, read a book, preferably the game's manual. You see this? R1 and X? Try using those buttons, but to be fair, I'm asking for a lot. I don't think the people who make these videos play video games anyway. Something something barrels, something something kids control, something... whatever, I'm going to spoil the video before I even watch it. Let's hit play. Alright, we're not even a second in and I'm already noticing something that's just fucking terrible instantly. The very first comment that they featured has an XD in it. Why, out of all the comments on your video, would you pick that one to be the first? You fucking degenerates.
The following trailer is rated H for honest.
Yeah, because our opinion is correct, and if you dare argue with it, you're wrong and get the fuck out.
After almost a decade in the making, prepare yourself for the long-awaited follow-up to some of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time, as you uncover the masterwork Team Ico has been crafting since 2007, and realize it's just okay? Sorry for the anticlimax.
Oh yeah, sure, it's just okay, not to mention the fact that the demographic that's playing this hasn't played a game like Ico or Shadow of the Colossus in over a decade. But you still probably think that Half-Life 3 is going to just be a perfect game, right?
The Last Guardian. Slip on the tunic of a nameless fantasy boy, cast into an ancient ruin for no apparent reason.
It's explained in the story. So now I know that the writers definitely haven't played this game past the first 5 minutes.
Where he'll make friends with a magical creature trapped inside, free it from bondage, and escort it through the castle, solving elaborate puzzles, and escaping the mysterious shadow creatures that pursue them. Hey, wait a second, they just made Ico again, didn't they?
Yeah, like you guys are so creative. It's not like every single other honest game trailer video is like the same. It's not even original. You're just taking what everyone else has said about a video game and putting it into one video.
Discover the deepest friendship you've had with a video game character since you abandoned your Nintendog, as you slowly nourish your bond with Trico, a giant bird/dog/cat monstrosity.
Yeah, let's just call Trico the same exact thing everyone else says he is. You know, the same thing that everyone's been saying since the game was first revealed. That's not old or anything.
That's equal parts cute and disturbing, who won't stop following you after you feed it some scraps, in a dark fantasy version of Clifford the Big Red Dog. Then nurture your companion by petting it, feeding it barrels of something, and fixing its horrible spear wounds, until you've finally gotten close enough to give it direct commands.
Predictable joke incoming.
Then watch as it totally ignores you and decides to take a nap instead.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. Leave it to, apparently, Andrew, Max, Spencer, and Matt to bring you the highest quality jokes of 2017. It took 4 people to write this?
Experience the mechanics and technology of The Last Guardian as you take in the incredibly lifelike animation of Trico, whose movements and reactions are incredibly realistic and believable when he isn't shooting lightning out of his tail.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything you just said?
Then experience the slightly less impressive animations of the boy, who sometimes looks amazingly convincing, and sometimes just procedurally flails around like a spastic.
The boy is still better animated than any video game character to come out in 2016, except for like Inside or something like that, but I don't expect these 4 people to do that much research.
And who can take massive falls like an absolute champ, but has to run away from his enemies like they're a bunch of magical pedophiles trying to take him to their fantasy van. Explore the abandoned ruins and slowly unearth the mystery behind them, but mostly just poke around aimlessly while you search for the critical path, as you spend long periods of time scouring the environment for any hint of where to go next.
You click the analog stick. It's literally a hint button. Maybe if you read the fucking manual, you would know this!
Until you finally realize you were just supposed to get on Treacle's back or something, and you suddenly find yourself wishing you had all of the waypoints, glowing paths, and objective markers you spent the last 10 years talking smack about in other games.
Oh shit, that was almost a clever joke.
Yeah, the bird thing is real impressive. Now just tell me where the fuck to go already!
Alright, Darkside Phil, maybe you need some explaining. Trico is an animal. He cannot speak English. He can't speak any language. No animal can speak any language. The closest we have is a gorilla that knows sign language. And once again, click the analog stick.
So take a leap of faith into The Last Guardian and uncover the story of some of video gaming's most legendary vaporware for yourself. Because after this thing doesn't sell, who knows if they'll let Ueda get near money ever again.
This game sold more than Shadow of the Colossus at launch in just the UK alone. I can't show you right now because Google is seemingly against me right now and not showing me actual units, but it got 7th in charts. I mean, that's not a number to scoff at.
But hey, at least we know it could have been way worse. Rest in peace, Duke. May you never have a video game again.
Are you aware that Duke Nukem 3D for the 20th anniversary just got another edition last October? People bought it, and guess what? It has positive reviews on Steam, so yeah, Duke's name isn't tarnished for the rest of time. Again, these writers probably don't even know what Steam is.
Starring Dora the Explorer, Falcor, Mr. Steal Your Boy, and that's kinda it. The last PS2 game. Yeah, I know you guys were going for realism with the whole animal thing, but did you really have to 3D model a butthole? At least I didn't have to climb on this thing's dong, I guess.
That butthole took way more effort than every honest game trailer video Smosh Games has ever made, combined. So now we get to the worst part of every YouTube video, the comments. Oh god, the comments. And are there any comments criticizing the video in the slightest? Anything that's noteworthy? No, 95% of the comments are the same, do this or do that, and any comment that isn't part of the hive mind is stupid fucking cringe. Ostrich47 says, when did this ever look fun for people? Now, Ostrich, I'm going to assume that you have at least average intelligence, but I guarantee that this comment is not of his own opinion. He's saying this because this video made him believe that The Last Guardian is an unresponsive, clunky trash heap of a game, which it isn't. Charlie Brown says, gamers, I hate handholding. I hate glowing paths and markers. Just let me find my own way. In comes The Last Guardian with none of that stuff crafted with level design that gives the answer without telling it, and even gives you a fucking companion that will bark and scream at you if you have too much trouble. Gamers say, where am I supposed to go? This is so frustrating, stupid game, yada yada. So here we have a comment that talks about a part of the video that I kind of agree with. I feel like that part was more making fun of gamers who complain about that stuff rather than the game itself. If the video was a bit more clever like that, I would have been fine. I think that MatPat said it best about— Oh, fuck off with that MatPat shit! Sinha. I don't know how to pronounce that. This person says The Last Guardian is a masterpiece. Not a bad comment inherently, but this is a dangerous thing to say in a comment section with ravenous 8 to 16-year-olds that will defend Smosh until, well, maturity. It's a boring walking simulator with puzzles and pretty visuals. I'm surprised that you even spelled boring correctly. Do I even have to say anything? I realize that YouTube comment squabbles are ultimately pointless, but in trying to reason with anyone this stupid will only make your own brain cells commit suicide. That's why I never respond to any YouTube comments whatsoever. Lol fanboy. Viking says, let's be real, the game is pretty bad. Gameplay is basically working with an unresponsive platform with basic platforming. Solid Snake replies with, kill yourself. And he replied with, seriously, it's a movie you loosely interact with. How much do you want to bet that this guy plays Telltale games? Or has played Life is Strange, which is another really bad movie I might make a video because, well, Life is Strange is just, no. Life is Strange is just fucking terrible. I would have preferred a meme Nukem game that... Stop. Just stop. You have a literal Call of Duty avatar. 9 brainless morons somehow thought your comment was good enough to interact with, and... Jesus Christ, this is worse than I thought. I'm not here to defend The Last Guardian specifically. I'm just here to show what honest game trailers and other massively popular YouTube channels do to people. It creates a hive mind of people who form their own opinions just around the video itself. This channel, Smosh Games, has 7 million Papa John pizza slices. The video currently has over 200,000 views with a 98.28% like-dislike ratio. And you tell me someone won't be manipulated by this video? People who think this game is bad just because of this video. They see this shit, think, yeah, looks pretty bad, and move on without doing any research, because why would you do research on a game that you think is bad? That's what this video does to people. Anyways, I've said what I wanted to say. I'm going to go. Think for yourself.